my hair.
Yeah, look at your hair. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my salon.
What? Why are you turning it back?
I'm not. Wow, that is amazing.
What?
Nothing. All the dogs are growling at us, and we don't know what's going on. We think Fred's just cranky, and Mina doesn't like us not talking to everybody. Hello, Jess!
Hello! What you, Mina? You're right here.
How is everybody doing today? Is it early enough? I don't think there's any West Coasters that watch us. Sharon!
Sharon! No! She's over in Turkey. That's mental.
I know. Because it's like 9 o'clock. Like normally Game of Thrones would be on or something right now, right?
Yeah.
But not now.
No.
Hello, Troy.
Hi, Troy.
But yeah, I don't think we have any West Coast viewers. So this whole like it being really early and too early for me to be going, hello! It's probably not too early.
It's too early for me.
Yes. Hey, Jody.
Jody! Everybody's here. That's so nice. I can't believe Sharon's here. Woo!
Everyone has missed us. We haven't been here for like 2 weeks.
I know. Stop licking. You're really stinky.
And everyone was really worried about Zoe last time.
Thank you for being worried.
Yeah, no one cared about me.
Because there was nothing wrong with you. God,
yeah.
He has to get in on the action.
I do. I can't let you have any sickness to yourself.
No.
I have to have it too. Like right
Even
now,
period pains.
I'm having really bad menstrual cramps. I'm shedding my uterine lining.
Oh, stop.
What?
So graphic.
I feel like I have to like look behind me to look at you. This is better.
Yeah,
what? You're right in my purple. So today, Shaylee's been here. I know.
We've spoken to people since Christmas.
Are we still on Toe Watch? No, Toe Watch ended long ago. And I won that one and never got an apology. But now we're on Thumb Watch.
He hit his heel, Jess, and went, ah! And I told her.
It was just like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
No, you went, ah! Like, and then you were like, shit. And you stifled it.
Not.
Yes, you did. You stifled it. And I went, nothing. Are you okay? And he went, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
And then whether he was in agony or not, if I hadn't mentioned it, he would have been limping around.
No, but Fred did jump up onto my toe yesterday and cut me with his nasty long nails.
But he's such a wuss, we can't clip them.
He gets really upset. We have to be like underneath him, and it's really awkward. If you've ever been underneath a dog that's only this high off the ground,
I have to hold him because you can't.
I could do whatever I want.
No, you can't. We tried it loads of times, and you can't do it because you worry about him. So he lets go, and I nearly get bitten. Because Fred goes like nuts, doesn't he? He's like a lunatic.
He doesn't like it.
So last time I had to hold him and you were sitting down. We told everybody this.
I know.
So
this
boring.
Is a boring story. The story is awful and boring.
Wow. Wow. Why don't you tell me how it really is, eh?
Diana!
This is so nice.
Hello. Glad to see you both. See both. Did Matt ever snap after Pancake Run video? I could see it building in the vid. Ho, 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 ho.
He snapped massively in the car.
I almost got out of the car, walked up to the car in front of us, and pulled the lady out of the window into the snow. Once we got that far, I didn't know what would happen next. I hadn't planned that far ahead.
He was such a nightmare. He was like, this is why we left Big Bear.
Yeah.
This is why we left it. For this.
I said, I did not sign up for this.
I did not sign up for this. And he tried so hard for like an hour and a half, 2 hours even.
Uh-huh.
He was like that in the car because we were all just sitting, not moving, not doing anything, with the smell of like decomposing rat walking around in the car. And it's not as bad. It's not like full on.
It's not.
It's just like a waft now. It's like the remnants, but it is not pleasant.
It was bad for like maybe like 3 days. And that
we can't find it. We don't know where it is. I don't even think it's a whole thing. I think it's maybe just a little remnant.
Like it fell on the fan and a chunk like flew up into the heater. And
I'm so sorry for anyone's eating. But yeah, it was really... So we were sitting freezing and then and you were smoking out the window, like chain smoking. He was so angry. So
I thought we were going to run out of gas. Like,
yeah, we only had 1/4 of a tank.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was just getting like more stressful in the car. And I kept looking at him and he was like that. And then at like our 3rd hour, you lost it.
Yeah.
That was like when we got redirected down to Landers.
Yeah.
To, in effect, go back the other way, right back to Joshua Tree and go around.
Yeah, the going around bit, like that seems like normal, but like what they wanted us to do was to go. Oh, there's a bee inside. Oh.
Don't get bees.
Maybe we shouldn't have that door open, babe.
No, just go and shut the screen.
Hi, Britt.
Hi, Britt.
Jessica. Oh, thank you for thinking it. Jessica said the snow was crazy. That was a great video.
Thanks.
It really wasn't our best moment there. And Britt says, "Hi, OMG, I'm here at a reasonable time for once." All in caps, all the words spelled correctly.
Wow.
That's hard to do because spell check doesn't check caps lock. Believe me, I know. Oh man, did I break this again?
Why'd you keep cracking it?
Where is it cracking?
It can't be because it hasn't leaked yet. It's scintillating.
No, but seriously. So what we didn't go into in this video was, or in that video, we were driving up the road, and first off, this dude just stops his truck in the middle of the road. Okay? Like comes to a complete stop in the highway to get out of the driver's side, like into oncoming traffic, to wipe his windshield off instead of pulling over. So the car behind him slammed on his brakes, started sliding. The car behind that car slammed on his brakes and was sliding total fishtailed, and then had to go like turn around him. So he slid all the way around, basically, almost went in a complete circle. And then we almost hit the guy in front of the guy. Yeah. So then the guy gets back in his truck and just drives away. And we're like, dude, he seriously almost caused like a huge accident just being a dick. Then just, like we like, only went like
goes out of the window, doesn't it? It's
no logic at all. Then like we noticed that the other side, when we were going up, the opposite direction was stopped, and we didn't know why. And we were still trying to pick up speed from when we had to slam on the brakes before. And this chick in I don't know, it was the white car in front of us in the video, was stopped so she could make a U-turn and go the way we were going. But so she turned in front of us, and I had to slam on the brakes again. Because
a huge pile of traffic behind her.
Yeah, it like went forever. So, and she didn't like speed in because it was icy, but she just went. And I kept thinking she was just going to let me go by. So I'm like, am I stopping? What am I doing here? I don't even know what this person's doing. And finally,
it wasn't calm like that.
Yeah, no. I'm like, what the mother? Couldn't hear me. I don't know if you tried to yell in the snow, but it dampens your voice. But But yeah,
Not
it
massively.
ended up in front of us. And then like we went all the way down, all the way to where the cop told us we had to turn around. So then that person's still in front of us. And then like I didn't know what to do. We were trying to get service, and that's the one place where there's absolutely no service at all.
And he was going, where can we go? And I was going, I don't know, I haven't got a map.
You make me sound like Ross.
Where can we go?
You like my sandwich! But hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
But yeah, so we ended up turning up this other road.
It was nuts.
And I thought that we were just going to go like another however many miles up this road and then get turned around again. But we weren't seeing anybody coming back. And so we're like, maybe this will work. So like the probably the interesting stuff you didn't record because you were freaking out that I was freaking out.
It was more just...
You were afraid. Zoe honestly was afraid that we weren't going to get home and that the dogs were going to starve to death or eat each other or something.
I'll just be cold.
This was...
In the dark.
You really thought we weren't going to make it home.
I honestly didn't. I thought because if the road was genuinely closed, the only way we could have gone round was literally all the way back that we come, which we couldn't do. We would have to go around back roads to get to it, which are like dirt roads, which I don't think our car would make in normal conditions, let alone in the snow. I was just saying, we're never going to get home. That's it. We're not going to get home. And you were going, well, we just have to go back and round to Baker. Was it Baker? Barstow, and right round there.
Which, like, again, would be like a ridiculous amount of time.
Hundreds of miles.
But honestly, I would rather do that than sit in between those two dips running out of gas.
Honestly,
like, as long as we're moving, like, I don't care where we are. Like, we'll eventually find a gas station. We might run into the world's tallest thermometer. Everything's gravy. Like, that wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world.
Has anybody seen the world's tallest thermometer?
You could actually, if you go, I think it's the world's tallest thermometer.com. How dare you?
It's very disappointing.
It's not. It's totally cool. Why do you give it so much crap?
Because
they have a gift shop where you could actually like buy the old lights from the original tower.
Oh, do they? Why didn't you tell me that before? Because
they're on a plaque.
Go today. Can we go today?
Yeah, we could.
I know. You would actually go as well.
And for like $19.95, I could have a plaque.
Do you know what? I've already seen it. Like way too many times that anybody has to see this stupid tall thermometer. He's like, your dad's not seen it yet. Ooh. And Mum was like, ooh, that sounds quite interesting. He was like, right, we're going, Kath. I was like, not again. Why didn't you just have a day trip out?
Because you don't just go to Baker. You go to Baker, but then you also at least go to State Line.
They also have alien jerky.
Yeah, and a Mad Greek. Yeah, Mad Greek. And there's a Del Taco.
Restaurant, not just a Mad Greek person.
Yeah, there's one Mad Greek person. He's on the side of the road going, damn it, I hate you all.
Look.
Barstow is back country.
Nobody has to go now.
Oh my gosh.
There he is with Fred. That's it. That's what you're looking at, guys. The world's tallest thermometer.
I can't believe you pulled that picture out just to do that.
Yep. That's it. God, it's even more boring looking at it.
Oh my God. What a jerk.
It's not actually that bad. Like when we went the first time, I was like, wow, that's a big thermometer.
Thing's huge. Mark knows what's up. I like roadside attractions because, like, if we go down this way to where is it, Cabazon or something, you have the dinosaurs from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh yeah, I like those. Well, that's because I like dinosaurs and they're huge.
But that thermometer is huger than the dinosaurs.
But it's just like a thermometer. Once you've seen it, you're like, what temperature is it today? Oh, sweet.
You're such a jerk. Everyone likes the thermometer.
Everyone is humoring you.
No.
As usual. I have to tolerate it.
This is what it is. I'm from America. And in America, once the highway system was put into practice, people started building giant shit on the side of the road.
I know, and I like a lot of it.
No, you don't. You make fun of it because when we even
Usually
went
it's kind of shit.
No, we went to the bank. Oh, Britt, hush your face.
What did you say?
I'm with Zoe. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, now check this out. I like the thermometer. Thank you, Mark.
Stop humoring it.
Listen, even when we went to the bank.
Sharon, I'm hoping you back me up on this. He's going to say some stuff about America.
But maybe it just makes me feel small. It probably does. And I'm sorry. Even when we went to the bank, there was that one place right there that had the two horses like up on their hind legs. Giant horses. I'm like, oh, look at the horses. And you and Sheila both like, let's go. Come on.
No, we were like, oh my God. Look
and then there was a big buffalo.
I like the buffalo. The buffalo's good. If it's like proportionally correct and nicely painted, I like it.
And then
same as with like
down in Joshua Tree, there's those big arrows that are pointing onto the ground. And I'm like, ooh, look at the big arrow. And then
why is it so interesting? I'm like,
and then there was a cowboy, and I'm like, ooh, a cowboy.
Yeah, there's a big
and you're
cowboy.
Like, no, let's go.
I do. I like the dinosaurs. I like any like.
And you know what's funny? Right over there is.
I think it comes down to the artistic talent.
I think it's the world's largest crochet museum. It's about the size of the stool that this computer's sitting on. Okay.
Haven't been yet, of course.
It looks like I've offered to take you into this crochet museum. It's like the size of an old photo booth.
Oh.
Isn't the thermometer proportionally correct? Yes, it is actually. It marks the hottest day ever on the planet in recorded history. Which was 134 degrees in Death Valley.
Wow, how many times have I heard this story?
Obviously not enough because you needed to ask what the temperature was. What a jerk. So anyway, but all across
Mark's implying that is it like, you know, artistically, why can't I appreciate the artistic?
Because you like to rib me. And you
No, babe. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh wow, that's a big thermometer.
No, you weren't. You didn't even say that. You're like, that's it? That's it?
No, I don't think I did. I think I was more like, oh, wow, that's a big thermometer. That's awesome. What temperature is it today?
She wanted mercury in
84.
It. She wanted mercury in it. But little did she know if she would have kept this up, someone might have broken that mercury thermometer to see where it falls.
Wow.
She said she was going to bury me in the desert yesterday.
I did.
I think roadside attractions are odd and fun. Yes.
They are.
And I think we need to go to a wigwam village.
Okay. Anything better. Anything other, sorry. I don't know why I said better. It just slipped out. Anything other than the thermometer, because there's only so much you can appreciate in it. That's all I'm saying. And having said that, we're going to have to go again. And every time we go, he stands us in front of it. We have to stand with one of the dogs that's like looking
Well,
at
you
us
can't
like,
really stand in front of it. You have to go across the street.
Yeah, you can't even stand in front of it because otherwise you can't get the full effect of the giant.
You are such a jerk. It's so funny because like right across the street from it, there's just this open vacant lot. And like, I'm like, okay, everybody out of the car. Because if we're going to Vegas or anything like that, we pull off. Everybody out of the car, try to look happy, take a picture. Everybody back in the car. Let's get back on 15 now.
No, it's everybody get out the car in this giant like truck lot where there's like scary truckers driving around, and then you have to get out.
Why is everything scary?
Then you have to risk life and limb to cross the highway to get onto the. It's a nightmare. That's it. Crickets.
That's it. It's a giant thermometer, and it's loads of fun.
So if you get a chance to head to Baker,
CA,
that's where you want to be.
You could get a gyro with the Mad Greek, and
I haven't heard the story of the hottest day. Oh, Diana, you're doing it again. She's a.
Well, Diana, since you asked, it was the hottest day on record.
Anywhere in the world.
In the early 1900s. And they tried to erect the thermometer in the 90s, but a strong wind blew it over. So then they had to start over. So then they started over again and put big giant light bulbs in it. But then it was costing them $8,000 a month to run the thermometer. So the person who was running the thermometer said, I can't afford this anymore. Screw it. And turned it off. And for a few years,
For a few years, the
the
thermometer
desert
was,
was
no
dark.
more. Desert was dark.
And then the people who originally were putting up the thing bought it back from the guy who turned the thermometer off, redid it with some more energy efficient LED lights, and now it's amazing. That was life just telling them it was a terrible idea.
Exactly. But they persevered, Brit, and
Yeah.
luckily we have the thermometer. The world's
That was a
tallest
good story.
thermometer.
Diana loves my stories. You know what I think her favorite part was?
Do you know what?
The desert was dark.
Probably. Do you know what, Diana? I like his stories the first time round, but when I have to hear them at least once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah.
That's not true at all.
The thermometer gets mentioned.
You know
a
what?
lot.
You could even get a thermometer snow globe.
Oh,
Shake it.
really?
And have little snow. On the hottest day of the year.
That's not accurate, is it? Ridiculous.
What else
Why
are you
haven't they
gonna...
got snow in it? Why haven't they got like a snowstorm? That would be more accurate. Wouldn't it?
A snowstorm?
I mean, a sandstorm.
Oh, wow. Wow. Trying
There
to
we go. I just
stick it in
completely
me.
forgot what I was talking about
Um,
again. What's up, Fred?
Yeah.
Come
So
on, Pete. Wow.
these dogs. So anyway,
Yeah.
so today the plan is we got the cleats on. We did a couple bags. We're going to do a couple more bags today. We're also going to do some remodeling in here.
Oh God, yeah, we'd so need it.
Oh,
Can I just say, going back to the horse, the stupid horse at the bank.
I'm like, okay, let's go back to the stupid horse at the bank. Come on.
Sharon will appreciate this.
Okay.
It looks like. See, if it was a big one, they're not actually very big. They're just kind of like slightly bigger than an actual horse.
That's not true at all because they're on the archways that you drive through that says the name of the thing.
No, I'm talking about generally. That's what a lot of things
Horses are not 25 feet
not
tall.
those one. But anyway, this one is big, but it looks like a school project.
That's just
that's
called
not-
modern art.
No, it isn't. It looks like paper mache.
What do you call it?
Papier. Papier mache.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It-
It looks like metal, rusted metal.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
like a creamy, nasty colour. Me and Shaylee were like, that's crap. And he was like, look at it, it's a giant horse. Weren't you?
Yeah. Isn't there a giant chair like in Texas on the side of the road?
Why are you asking me that? We have a giant angel of the north. Now that's a work of art. Just saying. And it is giant. It's not like
Is it
kids-
giant for England, which means it's like...
No, you can see it for miles. And it's a work of art.
England's
It's a
pretty
giant
flat.
No, you've never been and you don't know that. Anywho,
I know right now we're higher than the highest peak in England.
everything's just on a smaller scale. So,
Yeah,
I
just
think
like the...
beautifully.
Oh, heck, okay. So anyway, so...
Anyway, back to the thing. I just wanted to clarify that was the problem with the horse.
Okay, well, here's another funny story. Zoe tried to shut the bathroom door the other day, and when she pulled it, the doorknob fell off, and she went flying into the bathtub. So, there.
Bruised my ass.
Put that in your freaking pipe and smoke it. Yay, Angel of the North! This
Yes,
is the
see?
Angel of the North.
Thank you, Sharon. The angel of the north.
She's
Me and
my
Sharon
Angel
are angels of the north.
Hate when that happens. Okay, so
I know.
apparently a lot of people pull doorknobs too hard and fall into bathtubs. Okay.
Yeah, I felt really bad.
Irony.
I felt
Is that right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I
felt really bad and bruised my butt cheek.
Mhm.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
And the worst thing is that there's a big gap under the door that you can we have to stuff with towels because it's not very private.
No.
Is it?
No, but I was laying on the floor.
Because I was just trying to shut the door and you were lying there going to sleep because I was just going to clean my teeth and stuff quietly. That was the idea. And so I went
the gap's this high under the door, and all I see.
And you could see my feet going backwards and falling into the bath.
And I'm like, babe.
Are you okay? I was like, ow.
Babe.
Really hurt.
So I took the doorknob off and fixed it and put it all back together, and then I accidentally.
I think we all know.
I pulled the doorknob off again, so I got to do that again. But we have a bunch of books here, and we're going to lift up all of the storage bins where the seats are, and we are going to make little inset bookcases in here. I've heard bathrooms are the most dangerous places. They are. They really are.
They really are in here. You've nearly fallen out the door.
Yeah.
Several times.
Okay, the bathroom isn't very big because we're in a trailer, and there's a door to the bathroom to outside. And there's been a couple, because the bathtub's relatively high, there's been times when getting out of the tub, I've almost gone all the way out the door and then down those steps, butt ass naked, maybe holding onto a towel. And that's what I get. I'm seriously close to death. So funny.
It's funny when he falls. As long as he doesn't hurt himself. What?
Nothing.
It is. You always make such a drama of it. There's always a whoa, with his arms flailing around. It's funny.
You, on the other hand, fall down in slow motion, and that's really funny because you go.
I do the old lady
and I'm like, am I helping you? Are you dancing? What's happening right now? But anyway, so. We're going to do that. We're going to clear this whole area off that you can't see anything because you're looking at us. And that's fine.
It's disgusting.
It's just a bunch of stuff, guys. It's like the printer. We're going to move the printer.
Awful.
I've been
so much crap in here, isn't there? It's just
well, it's not crap.
No,
it's just we can't. There's a ton of stuff. And we thought we would have our storage taken care of.
Remember when he said that it was going to take 2 weeks or so? Just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's about right. I wasn't accounting for winter.
or incompetence.
Speaking of, I want to read a comment that I just saw pop up.
Uh-huh.
From Sharon. Can you remember when I fell over at the studio in the yard?
Yes, I can. She was moving out of the studio, I believe. And we're all helping, and she had a giant big tote full of stuff. And she set off walking, and there's a metal bit in the gate that you latch the big gates to. You know what I mean? They were big double gates, and there's a metal thing standing up that you lock it.
Yeah.
She tripped over it and just started running. I'm sorry, Sharon. You were laughing as well. And, she was running bent over for ages before she actually fell. And I was like, "Are you okay?" But I couldn't stop laughing at the same time.
I know exactly how you feel. I've fallen down many a times to her cracking up. But I think the worst thing is when you're falling, but you're running because you think you could run faster than the fall.
Yeah, you think you can correct yourself.
Oh man, that is the worst.
But you had a giant toe as well, and you crushed it because you were going so fast by the time.
I think if you just
Oh
fall,
God, that
it's
was
better because
oh.
like your body isn't all like
No, if you-
rigid
yeah. If you
and
just
stuff.
fell,
But if you're running, like you have plenty of time to go. Okay, I gotta stiffen up and brace
I gotta
for this
brace
fall,
myself.
and then it's just like, oh, here,
Oh,
catch a 100-pound bag of cement off a 2-story building with your arms straight. Let's see.
oh man. That
Let's
was
see.
funny.
Britt says I have a talent for breaking doorknobs.
Yeah.
Loincloth. I'm trying to think. Have I fallen down in a loincloth? Have I? I haven't.
No, I would remember.
Okay, I have not fallen down in a loincloth.
Ooh.
I remember. Then I laughed. Says Diana. Maybe you'll inspire me to finally redecorate my bedroom. Says Britt. Yes,
Oh.
Zoe does have a good laugh. It's kind of one of the main reasons why I keep her around. It's fun.
Oh,
Everyone came running out when they heard the thud.
I'm so bad when I start crying. When I start.
Don't rub your eyes.
When I start thinking about someone falling, it like just goes up like his glasses.
I knew that was coming up. I was gonna bring it. I'm like, nope, because I'm sure you'll bring it up. Okay, so
You've told everyone. It's so funny. Tell them again.
really quick, I was on an icy driveway that was like this, and I was in my boots, so I thought
sure.
I would not fall because I had my boots on. So I took one step, and then my left leg started going. Just started going down the driveway. And my right leg was staying put. But then I got to the point where I was like, shit, I better catch up with my left leg. So then I took a step, and that was where I screwed up. I shouldn't have taken that step. I took the step, and I fell. And I fell hard. And like went bam on the ice. They went up, and my head hit. And when my head hit so hard that it knocked my glasses off my head. And they went... Listen to her laugh. She pulled the car down the driveway, and I was going to get in the car, and we were going to go. And the funny thing is, I think we were going to a doctor's appointment. Funny how that works out. Eric! Yeah. This was like this was the first like big storm, and I just did not know any better.
It landed over in the snow. I was like, oh, this could be really bad, but I couldn't stop laughing.
I couldn't get up. My knee was locked. And I was just
like, why are you laughing?
She was just cracking up. She was in the
laughing.
car with everything shut. And I looked up and I saw her face as red as a beet. And she was just doing that, laughing so hard. When she finally comes out of the car, she's like, oh my God. And starts laughing again. I'm like, get away. Don't even, like, just go. Just walk back to the car. Do not help me up because you're not even paying attention right now.
It was so mad. Oh my God. And I couldn't have just made it worse. And when you slipped down the side of the car that time, like...
Oh, we're hitting all of them, huh?
That was funny as well.
Okay.
She went, ooh.
Okay. So, because of how our driveway was, and because of how the asshole street plow guy came, our driveway, we barely had enough room to get our car through, like
so
up the driveway, but the snow was like big pyramids on both sides. And so
it was like 3-4 foot high, wasn't it?
Yeah, because when I got out of the car, I tried to step into it and my foot slipped because it was icy. And because it had like a point, I went, ooh, over the top of it, and it knocked the wind out of me. And so I made this noise that apparently was quite funny. And I went, ooh. And then I just went like this. And I slid under the car really slowly. And instead of helping me, that's what I got. Oh, she's leaving. Oh my god. She just yeah, if she would have backed up, yeah, that would have been good. Then I would have been I would have been oh. She's crying. She
Oh my
probably
god.
piddled.
Oh, oh my god.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna have an asthma attack. It's so funny. Like it was this slow, like to the cat. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wow. Good
Falling's
times.
funny, man.
Yeah.
I even laugh when I fall over there.
Yeah, you do. To be fair, you don't laugh this hard. Because after she fell in the bathtub, this didn't happen. This is what happening now. Didn't happen.
Oh my god. My mum fell down some steps once, and that was funny as well. She was okay, of course. Okay. I think I've got it back together.
You sure? I honestly feel
Oh,
like we've jinxed ourselves really bad by talking about falling and laughing so hard at
No, I'm
this
so sorry.
that like we're gonna go out and do something and something awful's gonna happen.
It's quite possible.
Just so you guys know, when you fall in this, your abs are probably rocking right now.
I know, right?
When you fall in the sand out here,
Fridge
it's
is looking at me
very
like that.
slow. I fell in a couple places around the construction site. And
At the construction site.
it's a very slow fall.
Well, mainly there's just like a lot of holes where we've been digging, but the walls are like very loose, so you just kind of go, you like slip down, don't you?
And if you're in the back by the
Oh my god.
cattle fence, what do you call it? Cattle fence? Cattle panel. Cattle.
Just the fence.
Just the fence will do. You grab onto it and it just bends. So it doesn't really stop you falling. It just kind of goes with you when you fall.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Don't be sorry.
It always makes me laugh really bad.
Yeah.
And I don't. It's like when little old people fall over. It's like I'm so like in case they've hurt themselves, but it's always like I can't not laugh as well.
If there is a good like little GIF or video of someone falling that you don't know if we've seen that is your favorite, please send it to us.
Do you know what the funniest ever is when you get probably two. I've said this before, but when you get like two is better than one, but one is always funny. Elderly ladies with a dinghy and a jetty. Some kind of floating device and a jetty, and they put one foot on the floating device and they just don't follow through, and it just gets wider and wider and wider, and then they go go in.
That's your favorite?
Absolute classic.
Old people falling in water.
Every time.
Oh.
Slow. You know, when it's like you can see what's going to happen.
The model wobbling in heels, is that the one where it's on the catwalk? Where they're like doing the fashion show. Have you not seen it? It's really sad. Like it's funny,
some
but
of them aren't funny.
It looks
it's
like her ankles are breaking.
Oh no.
And like you know it's gonna happen. You know she's gonna fall because she just has no control. You haven't seen that one? It's really cringy. Mark says he's done the jetty thing.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry, Mark.
She can't control it.
It's a classic. It's an absolute classic. It's like my granddad's done it, I'm sure. It just gets wider and wider, then you go.
We got Bird Box on Prime, Loving Jeremy, Brett Sherlock. Jess says yes, and the newscaster can't stop laughing. Yeah, that's I also like the one you showed me a little while ago where the person's trying to walk through the sliding glass doors and it's a window, and they go bump, oh,
Bump,
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 oh,
like 3 times.
and they like keep hitting all these windows, thinking that it's the way out.
I've done that before in the Metro
Oh.
Centre in Gateshead, in England. And I was in a mood. I was embarrassed anyway because I hate going shopping. I was always anxious. And we'd been getting, I think it was a shoe shop or something. And I was like, come on, Mum, get out, let's get out of here. I was all like stressed out. I turned around, just went slam into the window. And she fell over laughing as well.
Your mom's awful.
My mum's really bad. That's where I get it from. She just stood and doubled up, like guffawing super loud. I was like, come on, Mum, get out here. I've also caught my backpack on a giant, like, you know those big metal square jewellery displays covered in earrings. So there was as many possible things that could fall on it. And I got my backpack stuck on it, and I pulled the whole thing over and it just went like that. And there was just like a billion. Yeah, that was bad. Mum laughed at me at that as well. And another time I was looking the other way and somebody, we were on the train station, like standing waiting for the train. And there was a guy in front of me, like standing with his like suitcase, you know, with the pulley thing.
Yeah.
But he was walking. So it was like on an angle and I wasn't looking.
You fall over his suitcase?
No, I lay up it. I tripped up and just like lay up it. I was like, sorry. I had to like, and he was like standing there trying to hold my weight.
Oh, what a train wreck.
I know. And the time, the classic where I got my backpack stuck in the doors on the underground.
Did it take off?
Backpack. Yes.
How did you stop? How did you get out?
Well, no, I had to.
Were you going in?
I was going in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
I was going in, and it was rude because my dad's always like, "Come on, and, and we're all like running after him. And I was like, I don't know, probably about teenager, might be older. And he was going, "Come on," and just like jumped onto the train, and he got on fine. Mum was running after him. And my brother, I think, as well. And by the time I got on, it was so packed, there was no room for me. So I like stood like that, and the door just went king on my backpack. Hanging. And I had to get these French guys had to help me open the thing again to let me get him. I kind of fell in. And my dad was way away, just not even knowing.
So like the train wasn't moving?
No.
Oh, okay. That would have been awful.
Yeah, because the door wouldn't shut.
I think the most embarrassing fall is when I tripped over my cat, went face first into the windowsill, broke my nose, and got blood all over white carpet.
Oh, Brit, that's that's really bad.
You know what?
So I'm not laughing
Cats
at
are
that
jerks.
Yeah,
Cats want you to fall all the
Cats
time.
move subtly, like in the direction that you're going, so you can fall. Like you say that about the dogs as well. You just
No,
don't
the
look where you're
dogs
going.
stand under you because they always think you're going to drop food.
Yeah, they're always there.
Oh,
Brit.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad.
I do like when newscasters get hit by things. Like there's that great one where like the guys up in the mountains, like, and everyone's like inner tubing and skiing. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm right here in the inner tube, blah, blah, blah." And this guy goes, "Whoa," and just like takes his legs out and just goes, but you also like big dogs pulling tiny old ladies.
Oh, that's a
like they're just standing there and like a frisbee goes by and then the dog's like,
they're just like,
and then just like,
classic, absolute classic. I did that though. Paddy pulled me off my feet. I had an extender lead and I was just talking to someone and he set off running and I didn't realise because it was on the extension. And then he got to the end of it and he just pulled me off my feet. He was a big dog. Oh my word, I can't stop laughing now.
I don't like
Exhausted.
watching kids on trampolines.
Oh no, that's bad.
I scream. That's
Yeah,
really
you're
bad.
really bad watching stuff,
Like
aren't you?
when I watched that and it's funny because I loved all that. Like me and my friends used to always make like skateboarding videos and stuff
Yeah, you're
when
a
I was like in
nightmare.
high school and everything. But after having a kid, like whenever I see like a kid like teetering, grocery stores are the worst because if there's a kid kind of standing in the shopping cart and the
Oh,
mom's like looking at some Mike and Ike's or whatever, I'm like,
you're almost gonna like push
Yeah.
them back in.
yeah. And the last thing I need is like some mom to turn her head and me going at her kid.
Yeah, that could be a
It's awful.
misconstrued.
My uncle knocked out his top front teeth on a trampoline. Oh,
See,
it's so
it's just
bad.
like a death trap.
Yeah, it's just like
I reckon that's one of the most common like injuries because whenever you see those shows, that you can guarantee
You know
there's
what?
always trampoline
when
injuries.
I was at the doctor's appointment
Mhm.
and I had to fill out all that paperwork, and you know how like some
It's one of the
doctors'
questions:
offices.
have you ever hurt yourself with a trampoline?
Anyway,
The look of disgust. Carry on.
I was filling out all this paperwork. You know how some waiting rooms have like a TV in the waiting room,
Mhm.
like whatever. They had a TV on, and guess what they had on it? Fail Army.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Like,
Like
you
when-
know, Shaylee, when she's watching like YouTube and it's just like 20 minutes of like 130 videos of people falling down.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
but
did
it-
they have that on in the
I have
doctors?
no
That's
idea.
really stressful.
Yeah. It's very stressful, especially when you're filling out paperwork and you don't like watching like certain falls.
Certain falls. He does. He goes, ah! Ah! And he has to like look away, all like that. What do you do? He doesn't like it.
Wow.
I don't like it. Oh, and I just thought of another funny one when people are on those steppers and it starts going too fast and they go,
Well, you like it when anyone's like at a gym.
oh, that
Like
was.
that one you showed me the other day where the guy was on the rope pole
I
thing.
don't know what he was doing though. It was like, and he just ended up like in a knot.
And he was like bouncing on the ground and stuff.
Oh god.
Now, is that true? Trampolines automatically void homeowners insurance?
Really?
Because I think I've heard something like that before, but I don't know if
That
that was a
doesn't-
punchline to
No,
a
that
joke.
doesn't surprise me at all. They are so not safe.
Yeah,
Just the fact there's like gaps down the side with all those wires and stuff, and that just that it's like quite a fall.
yeah. Also, I really don't like it when you're watching a video and like someone's on a trampoline, they're doing all this crazy stuff, and then you assume they're gonna like go flying and hurt themselves, but then they just go through the bottom of it. And it's like probably not a very far fall. I don't
Far
like saying
fall.
those words together.
Far
But
fall.
homeowners void homeowners insurance. Usually in the first section of your policy. Oh my gosh. The newer ones have net cage things that are probably a lot safer. I think I'd go over it. Like I think I'd be, oh look how high I could get.
Yeah, you would.
And then,
That would
like-
be just like a challenge.
Yeah. See, that's just like
I know the
setting
way
it up for
his
somebody.
brain works.
Yeah,
As
I'd
a
be all
kid, you'd have been like,
as a kid, as a now, like you don't think I could get that high? Watch, buddy.
watch this.
Yeah, that's no good. That's
Oh my
no
God.
good.
No, that's just challenge accepted.
Yeah, Zoe would laugh, but she also gets mad. She like whenever
Oh.
we're doing something, she'll say, "Now, if you hurt yourself, and later tonight you start complaining about that, I'm gonna get really upset." And like, so it's like funny.
He punched a thing yesterday. You'll see it on. Is the video up?
Yeah, I think it's up. I think so. Isn't it up?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's always like a.
He was like, "Oh, it's halfway broken. I'll just punch it," and it just like, and I was, and he was like, "Ah!" I was like,
No,
"Oh my
I was like,
God!" You were not. You were like, "Oh." And I was like, seriously, if I hear one thing about this tonight, there's going to be hell on, because the amount of times he hurts himself accidentally, that's bad enough. But actually punching a plank, I was like, oh God. This is just
Safer, like draining venom from the snake. Yep.
yeah.
Which actually is kind of dangerous to do in the first place.
I think that's the point.
Draining a snake's venom.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, we have a lot of moving and shuffling around to do today.
I can't wait. I'm so sick of it. Also, big news. We're moving into the bedroom.
Oh, I was like, where is this going? Big news. I'm pregnant.
God, that would be big bad news.
Big bad news. No, but seriously.
Both of us, right? For those, everybody knows on here, but you've been on when Shaylee's here, she's in the bedroom just to give her as much privacy as she can get because she's cranky enough to start with, right?
We said the same thing. They're like, oh man, Zoe's pregnant.
Oh God, that's not even funny. So, can you imagine out here in the desert? Oh,
what does that have to do with anything?
It's just bad.
We could be on the Eiffel Tower, and if you're like, oh, by the way, big news, I'm pregnant. It would be like
no, if we had like a lovely mansion that I could just swan around in going, oh, ooh. But no. Anyhow, Shaylee's in there, you're on the floor. That's icy cold at night, so he's got like blankets to try and get some like insulation in between.
I stack stuff
like the Princess and the Pea. You can still feel a little grain of sand, can't you, underneath?
The snark that you're throwing out at me today is kind of snarky.
Little princess.
Oh.
And also,
I'm a pretty princess.
A pretty princess, and also because there's a huge draft. No matter how tightly the bathroom door is shut, there's a big draft, isn't there? Comes through under the bathroom door, which is like that big, into his face, which he gets really cold at that as well. So if anybody goes into the bathroom, you have to come out and shove the towel along the door like a draft excluder again. And I've been putting one under the bathroom door, like the external bathroom door, to try and block that as well. But he's still cold.
Well, like it's not until like I don't know, like 5:30, like my nose is just like an ice cube, and I like wake up and I'm like, oh, it's cold.
It's cold.
Oh, it's cold.
And I, meanwhile, am in the bottom bunk. And I've got loads of room. The dogs are in there, and I'm warm and everything. But the mattress is like that thick, so every time I lie on my side, my arms go dead. my arms are absolutely dead, and I can't feel anything. Yeah. And then I wake up, and my shoulder is just like cramped because it's like I don't know, because it's bad anyway. But when it's like twisted over because you've like all your weight's on it, like I have to lie in certain positions. So we've given up, haven't we? We're just like, it's ridiculous. I have my doubts about this because I have to sleeping in there. Like we haven't been in the same bed together for like 7 months.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have to do that video.
What video?
Well, we were gonna do a 6-month, like what we've learned, whatever though, blah blah blah, and then we were gonna do it, and then we didn't, and then we forgot.
Yeah, we need to.
And now it's 7 months, and we're almost at 8 months, so we got to do that. Because if we would have done this different, we would have done it different. Boy, that was profound.
Wow, everyone's like, deep.
Thanks,
anyhow,
Glitch.
This is my slight concern. Because we always sleep. You're on that side, on the right side, looking at it, and I'm on the left.
Okay.
That's how we've always been. Like everybody has their side of the bed, don't they?
Yeah.
But anyway, that means that you're blocking the door.
I'm not blocking the door.
Well, your feet hang off the end for a start.
Okay.
So what I'm concerned about is if I have to, like, you go to bed before me quite a lot because I'm a night owl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm often like start watching some ridiculous
What was
show.
that awesome show you were watching
I'll
the
tell
other
them
day?
about that. Oh my God, it was so bad. But I'm worried because I'm later and I'm going to have to walk past you. Going to go, Jesus Christ, because he usually does that if I like drop a pin.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's going on? He's like that.
That's exactly what I do.
He does. I'm not exaggerating.
Okay, seriously, I don't know how. Okay, when I'm asleep on the floor, okay, and she's up watching some crap show that she'll tell you all about in a little bit, she will get up and I'm right here. How do you have 100 viewers and 100 subs? Wow, that's pretty good. You're magic.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. She actually
Have got 100.
There's 100 people, 103 watching.
Wow.
She steps on my nuts all the time. I don't know an easier way to get this to the point here. She steps on me and then says it's my fault for laying there. But then the other day you stepped on me and said you didn't. But I was dead asleep and I woke up screaming. And you're like, what? I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, you're standing on me.
Yeah, I did do that.
Yeah.
But
So
I thought I just nudged you. Didn't I?
Well, that's what you said.
And you yelled. But the point is, anyway, is that we're going to
when I'm dead asleep and she steps on me, I wake up.
Yeah. So
and so she's freaking out about that.
I'm worried that I'm going to knock his foot and he's going to freak out and all. It's like tricky maneuvering around him. It'd be easier if he was on that side that I could just get in.
But so then I'd have to do the same thing when I woke up.
Oh, yeah. So whatever it's going to be like, it's going to take some getting
Let's
used
just take
to.
this wall out.
No, that's
we could
the
take the
only
wall
that
out.
We have books on.
All right. So anyway, the other thing that I want to talk about doing, and I need to talk to you about it because I want to do it on the BookTube channel. The shed that we're building that you guys all know about will eventually basically be a library. So I want to do some stuff on the BookTube channel about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we're building a freaking library.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's going to be, I don't know, because we decided the easiest way, because most of the boxes that we have in storage are full of books. So when we unpack it, we're going to unpack it onto the shelves. So we're going to have a lot more room. Right? Yeah?
Yeah.
But...
I was up near the storage unit this morning, and I wanted to go in there so bad and start bringing stuff down because we are getting closer, but we're still really far away.
Yeah, we're really far away, guys.
It's 120 square feet. It's a shed. It was originally supposed to be a shed that wasn't going to have any electrical in it or anything. And we were building it just so we could get our stuff out of storage and we wouldn't have to pay for our storage unit anymore. That was the original plan. But as we were building it, we were like, oh my gosh, this thing is like taking forever. And it's actually pretty good size, you know. It would be like, if we're gonna put electrical in here eventually, we might as well set it up for it now. So once we started doing that...
Yeah, we were going to do it. So it was just going to be like a bare shed with nothing inside, not like no frills, nothing, just so that we could get all the crap that is under the tarp that used to be the tent, which was our storage space down here, out of the elements, wasn't it? And as quickly as possible. And we still want to do it as quickly as possible, but we also thought it's going to be a very useful shape and space. So we might as well do it as best as we possibly can.
So we did a little drawing,
and
this is in the video. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone can see. Can you see that?
But that's what it looks like.
This is like, these are the doors at this end that we walk. Is it easier to do it that way? No, that way. And we're going to have the window and the sofa here. So this is what we did so that we can see where all the power points and everything is going to be. Because we've never put like solar electricity or anything like that, have we? The PowerPoints and things. Like we've no, and I was really worrying about doing it, but we realised because it's all going to be external anyway, we have to wait until we've plastered all the walls. Everything has to be like done and painted. Not painted. We can paint around it, can't we?
Yeah.
But basically, everything's got to be finished on the inside before we have to install the electricity. So that's not going to slow us down. It's more going to be getting the windows. That's going to be the problem.
Let me see. Let me read some of this. Black Star Bloodshed Library. Yes.
Yes.
Get your build done first. Summer is coming soon. Oh, why do you flirt words out like that at me? I cannot wait for summer to come.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't wait for spring. Summer I could wait for. Let's cross our fingers for spring. Will you have to humidify the space for book swamp cooler? I don't think so because of how thick the walls are going to be. Because the walls are like, what, like a 1.5 feet thick, like solid.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we'll have to figure it out once we get in there and see what that's like.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have one more row to do now, and then we have to block out the windows and everything. And we originally weren't going to have windows in it at all. It was just going to be a shed.
Oh, God, it is going to be 100 and something degrees again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. You see, that's why we chose the earth bag thing, because we wanted as much like
Insulation.
Yeah. And I honestly think I think the books will be okay. I think it'll be quite a nice.
Well, they've been okay in here. Like I haven't had any like.
They haven't been falling to bits or anything, have they?
And I have some pretty.
Oh, Mark's probably like, oh my God, oh, the state of those books.
Yeah. No, they're fine. They're a little dusty. Not with dust, but with sand. I would like to build a small house in my backyard just for my media storage.
Oh,
you would actually need that.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen any of Eric's videos,
go and check them out. He has got so much cool stuff. It's unbelievable. But it's worth it just for that, so that you've got like a space. And we were like when you're actually drawing it, I got so excited because I was like, oh my God, I can imagine we're going to have the shelves here. And for the first time, even though we've been thinking about it, because it was actually set down, like I was like, oh my gosh, there's going to be a corner there with a little window. At the far end, I want like a little round window or some bottles or just something to let some light. I'd like an actual window.
You don't want me to just put like a big. All right.
I like just a little round window or a little square window or just something small.
Well, because we're doing this all like kind of recycle, upcycle, whatever we could get our hands on. We're gonna put whatever we could put.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, like a porthole.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I
would be amazing.
I could push you out of it, and you could fall in the water. Like an actual porthole, like a window like that. Yeah, that would be fun.
I know.
You know what we should also
get one of those?
Periscope.
That would be amazing. We've got loads of ideas, but whether we actually
we have a ton of bottles for like all the. I want to put a lot of bottle work in it because we can.
I know, but I'm worried it's going to take more time doing all this because we need it as a shed.
You could get one of those marine hatch windows.
Yes!
There you go. So now you have a thing to look up. Now you have the words.
A marine hatch window.
Yeah. So for the next 6 hours, she's just going to be going.
Boat building supplies.
Marine hatch window. That's how the rest of my day will go.
No, we've got
surplus
stuff to do.
Boat building supplies. Yeah. But yeah, so one more row and then window boxes or the framing.
I know. There's going to be like a 3-foot-ish window on the right-hand side as you're looking at the door here. So that's going to look over at Crom and at the other.
They weigh a ton.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, that's fine.
He's worried that someone's going to break in.
No, little window on the back is fine.
Yeah, that's why I want.
I was even thinking we might want to put a window on this wall too, but that's where a lot of bookcases are going to be.
Yeah.
So we might not. But
and we had a really good idea, didn't we?
It depends.
I did.
Okay.
That because we're having the rafters, the beams. Actually, I didn't. You thought of that bit, but I was like, we can pull one of those projector screens down so that we can watch movies and stuff without disrupting the books.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be a big, it's a bigger space than we thought for the shed.
Well, when you stand in it, it feels big, but once there's stuff in it,
once there's
it's not going to feel big.
It's not going to be big at all.
It's going to be like, oh, we're in a little tiny 120 square foot.
Yeah, it's tiny. Box. And we were also looking at all the heaters and it looks like any stove that we buy, even a small stove, is heating it. They start at 600 square foot up to 1,000 or something for the small space.
For the heaters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a small,
seriously,
a normal size heater, but small.
Like a little wood stove that's this big.
But you can buy ones that have been designed specifically for RVs and boats and all that kind of stuff that are tiny. They're this big.
Yeah.
That heat sort of 200 square feet, something like that, to try. But they're because it's quite new, they're $600, $700 starting, and they go up and up and up from there.
You saw that one for $3.
Yeah, there's a couple of other ones for $3, $4, something like that. So we might have to just bite the bullet, because I definitely want a little wood stove.
Yes.
What?
Is 120 square feet the size limit for outbuildings?
Yes.
Yeah, and everything else we're doing, with the exception of the kitchen with the add-on bit, is going to be smaller than that.
Yeah. Because that's what we decided. We decided on doing small, not tiny, but plenty small for us. Plenty big enough, I should say. Small, separate domes for each room of the house, if you see what I mean. And then eventually we'll have a wood boardwalk kind of thing in between, so that we can walk around in between, and we'll have it covered as well, so that it doesn't matter what weather it is.
I honestly feel like I need to be outside more.
We've realized in the time that we've been here that we want to be outside. Because
even when we were in North Hollywood, I was outside as much as I could be outside.
Yeah.
When we were in Big Bear, I was still outside even in the winter.
Yeah.
But when we're just in here and it's just too windy outside to be outside,
he loses his mind. He gets
yesterday. I was on the. I was just at the end of my rope. I was just I can't do it. I need to have the space.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being in. It's not like I'm claustrophobic of here. It's just that when I know I can't leave here to go outside, that's when I start losing it. And I'm like, this ain't good. This ain't good.
No. So I think what we have to, I don't know, I think the fact that all the rooms are separate, it might take a little bit of getting used to, especially if people come and visit and stuff. If you have to go from one room to the other to go to the bathroom and stuff like that.
That's fine. Who wants people going to the bathroom right on top of you?
I know. I actually, since we've been here, it's honestly, we want to design it so that we can be as comfortable as possible outside for the bulk of the time. So there's going to be the outdoor sitting area thing.
Yeah.
Which is going to be set. We decided it's going to be.
Courtyard. That's most of the day. But we have to really figure out shade, if we're doing trees, if we're going to do a bunch of bamboo over there.
Wind block, all that kind of thing, because
we really have to have that nailed down.
And I'm actually even starting to worry a bit now, because even today it's 60 something, but there's no breeze, so it's really warm. In the sunshine, it's really warm, like a hot summer day in England. I'm not joking. It's warm in the middle of January, and I'm He loves it, and I do as well. I love it, but I'm starting to get oh god, it's going to get majorly hot again, and we
Yeah.
don't have anything in place to protect us from that. Because last year it was just like relentless heat that you just like, and my dad will just fry instantly. He's
Getting
like a
back to
vampire.
Eric real quick. I would worry about direct light fading the books, covers, and spines.
Yes.
The way everything's set up and the way we're putting the window, the only time there will be any direct light coming in would be like December-ish. Because I think even
And it
now
would be
with a
first
window,
thing in the morning, because it would
Yeah.
be facing like southeast.
yeah,
So you'd only get it when it's coming up. And over the top in the summertime, it would go right directly over the top of us. And I think
even in the winter, we have like
we're going to have pull
pull-downs.
blinds
Yeah.
and things to make sure it's not, because you can't, like, the sun is like relentless, so we'd probably protect it from us anyway, so
Yeah.
the room doesn't get too hot when we're sitting in there. So I think it'll be okay.
But again, that's just the winter.
Yeah, because
Like-
the sun's low and it would shine in. But the
Yeah.
rest of the thing, I think it might be I think it's quite protected, really, isn't it?
And then depending if we're putting no, yeah, that's right. Let me see. Yeah, so we got a roll of shade cloth, not a roll, but like a chunk of shade cloth. I don't know what the hell you call it. And we never put it up because we didn't know where to put it.
Mm-mm.
And we couldn't decide. And so it just ended up being one of those things that got pushed
back.
to the side of the trailer. And then we just forgot all about it. But
I know
it's there, but like we haven't done anything with it.
No.
But we need to get like maybe like 3 more of those and just like set them out. But man, I've been wanting to get the pool up again. I've been wanting to do so much outdoory stuff, but we need to figure out the wind. The wind to me is a bigger bitch than the sun.
That's the thing.
The sun I'm
because
fine with.
I'm not. I can't. I need to have some shady area. But the trouble is with that is you can have, because we want like an open sort of not a courtyard, like a decked area.
A quad.
Is it like a pergola?
Oh, are we doing the pergola
I
talk
don't know,
again?
I can never remember what it's called. But like a decked area, so it's raised, so you're not walking in the sand, first off. But with corners and edges on it, with a roof over the top. Not a roof. Do we want a roof on it?
No, you want grapevines.
Yeah, but that's not going to grow. So maybe shade cloth or something over the top until things get established. I don't know.
Yeah, you just want the slats over the top right now.
Yeah.
With shade cloth. But we have to hurry up and finish this because we have to build another dome. And do you guys know, April probably know, April, when does the spring planting season start? You have to start getting your seeds ready at the end of January, right?
January, February, I think.
Because
people are starting now.
I know, because people are nuts.
No, people are on it.
That's what I'm saying. They're nuts. They're on it. They got it. But we need to get our thing built that I wanted to build when we first got here last year.
I know,
but we got here too late.
I'd rather have buildings.
March is planning time.
Oh,
okay.
God.
So that gives us a little bit more time. So, but we're not going to get screwed like we did last year when we got here. Like last year, everything grew like crazy, and then it got all eaten by rats and bugs. But start your seedlings now.
See? Oh crap.
I want to build like a...
We haven't got anywhere
awesome...
to do anything. That's the trouble.
What are you talking about? We have 5 acres.
No, I'm saying we haven't got anywhere that's like not... What's the word?
Infested?
That's not accessible to rodents.
That's why we have to build.
I know, but we can do... I don't know. It's difficult working what you want to do first, because we need to... Like, the shed is like... Shed struck library is like up to my butt.
Yeah, but it's coming along.
That's it.
And
And it should be quicker because we're blocking out more space for windows and stuff, so there'll be less bags, if you know what I mean. So I don't know.
But as far as the grow house, I think we want to
We could probably do
cover
that
it
really
with
quickly.
some like greenhouse. What's that crap? The plastic tarp. It's like kind of translucent. What do you call that?
I don't know.
You know, like greenhouses that are just like the plastic greenhouses.
Oh,
Like my
you're covering
grandma's-
it with that?
No, we're gonna do the hardware mesh.
Oh, yeah.
But like once it gets cold,
Yeah, we'll cover it with the polythene stuff.
there it is. That's what it is.
Like the
whatever
tube.
she said. But I'm starting to eat celery again. And I've been putting celery in my wraps, just like a stalk in the wrap, and it is just heaven.
Yeah.
Having my celery in there.
It's been really like different with diet and all that kind of stuff because we're basically just cooking stuff that we can cook in a pot on the stove.
It's like
really
it's so
easily
funny
and
because like
quickly.
all summer and all fall, it was like steaks, chicken, pork chops.
We had loads of just the meat
asparagus
with a big
corn.
salad.
Oh, dude, we were eating corn on the cob.
What
Oh
did you do?
man,
Spice Girl? Oh.
it was just like
But
awesome.
we were grilling everything outside, and it was
like a polytunnel. Yes,
polytunnel. That's it.
You could buy a greenhouse kit that pops up in less than an hour.
Well done, Shazza.
Wait, let me.
Polytunnel. That's the word.
It pops up by itself in less than an hour.
What does?
Or I have to put it together, and it'll take less than an hour.
What are you talking about? I can't read.
Me and April are having a conversation here,
Oh.
babe. We're talking about you could buy a greenhouse kit that pops up in less than an hour.
Oh.
Is that like a inflatable raft?
No, you have to put it together in less than an hour. I'm guessing.
What happens if it takes you longer? Like
It explodes. Self-destruct.
That's so good. Anyway, it does require human assistance. Okay.
Dang it! That's
We
where
got
it's
that
gonna
figured
go
out.
wrong.
No, but seriously, ever since it got started to get colder, it has been soup. Soupy soup, 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 doop, soup, doop,
I've
doop.
been eating a lot of soup and like the packets of pasta, Knorr's pasta with like broccoli, cheesy sauce and all that kind of stuff, which is actually really tasty. But it's like
Those are nice.
yeah, I look forward
I like
to
the
them all the
rice.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the pasta more. But that's like it's kind of simplicity first.
Yeah.
But I'm missing like big salads but that's the thing though. It's like
I've been like craving salads, like ridiculous.
really.
Yeah.
It's just because it's not warm. Like at nighttime, it's cold, and you just don't. And it's dark early still. It's dark by like 5:30 now, maybe 5.
Yeah.
So you kind of like
April knows. She's like in the area, I think. As soon as the sun goes over that hill, like it's all nice, and I'm sitting outside the other night.
seriously,
The three of us were sitting there. I was like,
we're all saying, "Oh, this is nice," and then the
uh.
sun goes down behind the hill, and you're like, "Oh!"
Like instantly. It's so funny. It's like,
soon as it drops,
Yeah,
man,
it's
it
like,
is cold.
ooh.
That wind,
ooh,
we're like, "Ooh,
ooh.
keep me hoodie on," and I have to put my cozy pants
Oh,
and socks. And
But yeah, that was like
Slippers.
2 days ago. It was so nice. We got so much work done, and it was just nice, man.
all
Like
day, it was
it,
lovely.
like oh, it was so great. Are you all building an earthen outdoor oven? Yeah, because this mofo wants to be making pizza. Like you wouldn't believe.
Do you know what though? Pizza with our own produce, like our own veggies on there, or our own like, oh my god, our
Yeah.
own salad stuff and tomato. Oh,
It's
my
not just
word.
that. There's a lot of pizza recipes that I've been creating in my mind
He's
that I
also
need to
got
try.
the pizza diet book.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that, didn't you?
Yeah. But I don't think my yummy pizzas are gonna be in there.
No, I don't, because they're not healthy.
Oh man.
That was the flaw to the plan.
I lived in Colorado for 25 years, so my idea of cold is different from yours. You know what? It's wind. like when it's cold outside and it's cold, that's fine because we were in Big Bear, and it would get to like 16, 15.
April, he's in shorts and flip-flops still, and he wonders
Yeah,
why it's
because
cold.
I'm a California boy and I wear tanks.
California idiot.
I wear tanks, I wear shorts, and I wear flipper floppers. And that's
I'm a Northern England girl. Shazza will tell you, we're used to the cold. We're like,
I am used to.
I'm like Jon Snow at the wall. Why?
Because you wish so bad, and then like you watch Vikings, and you're like, "I'm Viking. I got Viking
seriously.
blood in me. I know I do.
I do.
I
Sharon
do.
will tell you,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Viking.
Yeah.
We're Viking.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you,
I'm used to cold.
you know nothing.
You know nothing.
You know
Jon
nothing,
Snow.
Zoe Snow.
Snow.
No, but seriously, I am used to like barbecuing in Bermuda shorts on Christmas Day. You know what I'm saying?
What's that say?
LOL. Jon Snow at the wall.
Exactly.
Everyone's laughing at you, babe.
I'm just trying to demonstrate we're used to the cold.
Zoe, you're better than John could ever be.
Thank
Mark's
you,
gotta
Chris.
laugh.
I'm used
Can
to
you
the
picture
cold.
her in her big like crow jacket?
Yeah. Nobody messes with me. And my Mina, my direwolf. Can you imagine it?
My dire wolf that's this big. You look more like a wildling.
There you go. I'm a wildling.
Mm.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Laugh at that one.
We have
I'm a
freezing
wildling.
fog here in Hungary. It's too cold, Zoe.
Oh,
See?
seriously, now, Sharon, I'm not sure what to take. Is it as cold as winter in Northern England or colder?
Is it colder than Zoe Snow on the wall? Don't go into any caves with Matt. Why don't you want to go into a cave with me? Because you think I'm going to get cold and I'm going to need to huddle up for warmth? Is that what you think?
That's what he'd say. Ugh,
Oh,
classic.
babe, it's getting really cold in here. But my shirt's chafing me. We should snuggle.
But colder? Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That's terrible. Well, we're in the desert here, Shaz. There's no... But it to me, it's the wind. That's the only thing. And it's not super cold at all. It's just...
She does.
What?
You have that wildling vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
All right.
I wear a hat in the house.
You know what she says?
You always did, Shaz.
I walk in with a hoodie. Because, like, a hoodie and a beanie, that should be really the only things you have to add to your tank shorts flip-flop ensemble, I think. Okay. So I come inside wearing a hoodie, and she's like, oh, no, you have to take that off. Because if you don't, then you won't know.
You won't feel the benefit.
You won't feel the benefit. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? You won't feel the benefit.
That's not a British thing, is it?
No, that's a you thing. You're like, you have to take it off. You won't feel the benefit.
Shaz, somebody pointed out you won't feel the benefit. If you wear your hoodie in the house, you're not going to feel the benefit of the change when you go outside.
I will try wearing this ensemble in Vermont in May, Mark.
Try wearing that. You'd be like, there's a lot of snow.
I just put a beanie on and the hoodie, and then you're all
He
set.
would seriously, he'd still be in shorts with big boots on.
Yep.
You won't feel the benefit. Exactly.
Oh.
It's English. It's gotta be.
It's so. It's
like
ridiculous because
thing. It's like a grandma thing to say. Oh, you want to put? I wouldn't wear that coat in the house. You won't feel benefit.
Like if we're gonna go outside at night, like there's been times when we're like, hey, let's, the moon's out, it's bright, let's go outside and have a drink of wine, have a cigarette, just talk. I'm like, okay. And I stand up, go for the door. No, you got to put your Uggs on. Then you got to put the overshirt on. Then you got to put the hoodie on. Then you got to put the body warmer on. And then because you rushed into all of these things very slowly, they're all bunched up and crumpled. So then it takes you, and I'm like, oh my God, just come on.
Usually the hood is like under the arm of the other thing, and I've got all my arms mixed up.
So frustrating. But then we go outside, and I'm like, ooh, it's kind of cool.
Same as a coat on in the car. Exactly. Don't do it. It's not the same, because when you get out, you've got to be able to go, ooh, that's better. Put my coat on. Now I feel the benefit. That extra layer.
Except when the heater smells like dead rat.
Oh, God, it's so gross. What is wrong with us? We are so gross.
Layering saves lives.
Yes!
I've heard that. Where have I heard that?
Everywhere. I can't think of it anywhere. But it does.
Yeah, it probably does.
And I learnt as well that Inuits don't do anything fast. They do everything at a slow pace, because if they break into a sweat, you can risk hypothermia, even with all those layers. You don't do it. Do everything at a slow pace. So maybe we're just like instinctively tapping into Inuit knowledge. Because we do everything at a very slow pace.
Do we?
Just instinctively.
Yeah, you do, huh? And then, like,
funny thing is, though, I'm still sweating.
I was just gonna say, on Saturday, we were out there. Wait, no, Saturday. What day is this? So Friday, we were out there working. Me, you, and Shay.
Yeah. And
we were doing stuff, and everything was fine. And you're like, whew, now getting a sweat on, huh? Yeah, you guys? And we're like, no. And you're like,
because I was the only one bloody doing
that
anything.
Is not true at all. And you're like,
guys.
ooh. Oh, I'm just me sweating. Okay.
It sucks because of fast metabolism.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, say that to that loaf of bread you get with the soup.
You're such a fucker. It's because I'm chief mixer. I'm some mix a lot. So with the
what is this? It's a trowel. And she's like,
mixing. It takes a lot of work. My arms are going to be like Popeye.
Are you at the Arsenio Hall show? Wow, that was a dated joke.
Yeah, it was. Even I know that. Oh, man. It takes a lot of mixing. Oh my God! Also, Shaylee, for someone who's not done a day of building in her life, she sure knows a lot about everything.
Yeah.
I think there's too much water in there. That looks a lot of water.
Yeah.
Have you mixed that properly? I think you should do. I was like, oh.
It was so funny that day. She's like, "So are we gonna build today or what?" And we're like,
all right.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm missing it. I'm missing building. She tried sawing a plank.
Yeah.
That was interesting. She did it.
Yeah.
And then pulled some nails out of a plank of wood. And then she did dig a little bit over there, didn't she? Which was helpful.
Yeah, she got where we're going to be putting the next dome. She was digging some of the dirt out because we actually have to start leveling the floor in the shed because we're going to have to eventually do that. But I would like to know like how much we have to add.
Yeah.
Oh, is that root at the end of the road still? Wow. Somebody's
Jess.
Remembering stuff.
She's
No,
amazing.
it's not. I'll tell you why that root is not at the end of the road anymore.
Oh, that was a fun day.
Because my mom called and said she was going to come over and see us. And Zoe says, you better make sure all those roots are out of the ground up the road, because if your mom comes up and punctures her tire, that'll be the worst day ever. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go out with a shovel to pull up all the roots and everything, all the way down the path and everything. It was hell. And
I'm not joking. I was sitting in here and I could just see like the angriest figure.
dude, some of
In
these
the-
roots are deep
It
as
was like
hell,
that. His
man.
face was like that. And, he was just, and I could just hear this like muffled effing and chaffing.
Well, I pulled up this little root. I'm like, and then all of a sudden it was like boom, and there was like this big giant tree part on the bottom of it, and I was like, and I meant to throw it far, and it just went high, and then came straight down onto my bare foot because I was in flip flops because I'm a dick, and so my foot starts bleeding, and I'm like, and I'm like, Zoe, and she's got the window shut. She's like, I'm like, Zoe, and she's not coming. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I went down to the road and got that last root up.
Yeah, he was yelling because Fred was out there with you and he'd disappeared, hadn't he? And he was just standing there going, away from the end of the thing. And I could just see him just like a little tiny speck.
It's funny, you know, you've had enough when you start swinging the shovel like an axe. That's happened a few times. Like when I'm like finally like, okay, because I did it over there when I was pulling that big one out. I just like, I had enough. I'm like, okay, I'm digging a giant hole and not getting anywhere. I'm just going to like destroy this thing.
It's like a personal assault on him.
Yeah,
It's like,
dude.
blah. And then he's like, God, where's my jaw hurting?
Yeah, and then my jaw like
'cause he's like,
locks up. And,
it's like a mental.
but man, I start swinging that shovel like an axe. Things start getting cut.
That's when I always think, oh God, this is going to be. Stop.
Hit me.
I did that in the car. Look, go.
Hit me, Zach.
Set the dogs off. Look, Shaz is going out for a ciggy, layering up, hat, hoodie, coat, blankie.
Yeah. And in
Oh,
about
classic.
10 and a half minutes, she might be having a cigarette.
Yeah, by the time she
See,
gets it all
that's
on.
the thing. Like, for me, if I want a cigarette, like now I want one because we're talking about it now. But like when I want something, I just want it. So I just want to have it. So anything
So when he goes,
that's
are
going.
you coming out with me? And I'll go, yeah. And then he's like, oh, God, I wish I'd never said anything. I could have been halfway through my smoke by now. By the time I've got outside.
But she'll feel the benefit.
She will.
She'll feel
And
the
when
benefit.
she comes in, she's going to take everything back off again, because otherwise she'll be too hot.
Yeah. Get a little sweaty taking it all off. So,
I would as well. Every time I come in, I'm like, whoo. And if I'm doing any cooking, I have to take like my top off, don't I? So I've just got my tank.
no, it's
Because
topless
it's
cooking in here, guys.
Because I'm boiling.
Someone's
I'm
making
cooking.
some creamy chicken noodle, no top on, hanging out. Yeah, I will.
Yep, all hot and bothered. You'll feel the benefit.
Heck yeah. Hey guys, guess what? The other day I went out and I bought a box of Cabernet Sauvignon because later,
Thanks for
Mark,
hanging out, Mark.
you're gonna miss this great story.
I think
And
it'll be okay.
I got this box of wine, and on the side of it, it tells me what it pairs well with. And I was like, oh,
So classic.
let's see what this says. It says this wine pairs well with beef, and then it has a picture of a cow on it in case I don't know what beef is. And then it has it pairs well with chocolate, and there's a little chocolate. And it also pairs well with game night. And there's a picture of dice on it. So if you ever want to know what wine goes with Yahtzee or Risk or Operation, Cabernet Sauvignon.
Francia.
That's French.
French.
That's French.
He was like, I bet that guy who came up with that idea got a raise.
Oh, yeah.
He was all pissed
He has a
off.
corner office.
He has
now.
a corner office. Dick.
He's looking out over the parking lot.
Game night. Hey, here's an idea, guys. This is going to pair well with. Wait for it. Game night.
And then I was like, oh, I wonder what the other wines pair well with. And I was trying to come up with funny things, and I just said one thing, and it just kind of petered out. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of pointless.
That's why you haven't got a corner office.
Yeah, that's why I'm not corner office material.
Nope, that's it.
I could be there to tell someone how shit their idea is, but unless they want something named. If they want to name a wine,
names.
Yeah. I, being the dumbass that I was, we were talking about how this generation people just change their name all the time to whatever they want. And I was saying if that was what it was like when I was in high school, I would have changed my name to Chainsaw Fuck Magnet.
He's not even joking. He's not even joking.
If names, yeah, dude, I would have been. Oh, look out! Here comes Chainsaw, Mr. Fuck Magnet. Yes,
that's me.
I need to see you after class. Well, the chainsaw will be in. Boom! Like, how awesome would that have been? But anyway,
oh man,
yeah, it's like crap bag on Friends.
So much.
If you have a hard time remembering it, just think of a bag of crap.
Just picture a bag of crap. Princess Consuela banana hammock. Do you even know what banana hammock is? No.
Anyway, so with all that said, Chainsaw and Mrs. Fuck Magnet here. We need to lay some bags and then lay some.
Oh my god! We need to tidy. Yeah. We need to tidy this crap hole
up.
This
one. Dirty mind.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna have to go.
Wow, we got people unliking us now. Like the thumb numbers going down. Unbelievable.
Yeah, because they don't want to go.
No, yeah, but yeah, so we have to do that. We're going to clean up in here, maybe even have a video. We might have a BookTube video. I was trying to force somebody into doing a BookTube video today.
Oh.
But we kind of ran along. So
he went,
thank you, Jess.
Yes, thank you, Jess. He went, that's what I said.
What, thank you, Jess? Why are you trying to bring Jess into Trash Town? Okay.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've had such a good laugh, haven't we?
Like, seriously, we missed it.
Sorry, I laughed for like half an hour about people falling over.
And it's going right now. Have a great day, you two.
Thank you so much. We're going to try and
see you next Sunday. Done. Better than Vera. Hell yeah.
Better than Vera. Yeah. Oh, she gets on my nerves, Vera. I'm only joking. My mum
on my wick.
She gets on my wick. Mum loves Vera. It's a good show. Good show.
All right, guys.
Love you, Shaz. It's a long time since I've seen my Shazza.
Oh.
I see. I didn't realize you pressed it.